Like, he won't even like get up and go buy her coffee. You're already trying to do the cheapest possible date option, and you can't even buy her a coffee? It screams stingy. And to me, that's like a bad way to start off. If you're looking for a provider and a man can't at the very least provide you with a meal on the first date, I just see it as a red flag.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your host, Bruce GNT, back with another video. So, what's this one going to be about? Dating. No one's having a good time. No one is having a good time, like legit. I'm not having a great time. I'm not even dating seriously like that, and I'm having a terrible time. It's pretty bad. But we're just gonna go over some videos. I'm gonna give my input, and then I might even give you some stories because I've had a few that have not panned out in the best ways, but you know, they made me stronger. So without further ado,
you are 5'2". What do you even need a man that's over 6'4" for anyway? Now let's talk about it, because that's why that man got on that podcast and said that he's a top tier, high value man because he's 6'5" and makes over $100,000 a year. It's time to start dating outside of your comfort zone, because your comfort zone has gotten you nowhere. It's time for us to start emphasizing the things that actually matter, like his moral compass, who he comes from, where he comes from, the type of men that he has in his life, and how they treat the women in his life. You need to see if he has a provider mentality. What's his career path looking like? Is he ambitious? Is he driven? Y'all have emphasized the wrong stuff so much that now these men think that all they have to be is 6'5" and make over $100,000 a year to be a top tier man, and that's nobody's fault but yours. You can't get on here keep complaining about the dating pool being terrible when you've only dated within this one marginalized group of men.
yeah, she cooked. She cooked. That's exactly what I've been telling people. You're doing the same exact things, getting the same result, and then you're confused, like, why is it not working? What do you mean, why is it not working? Stop doing the exact same thing over and over again. It just doesn't make sense. And I don't just tell this to, you know, my homegirls. I tell it to my boys as well. I'm like, yo, you know, you're dealing with someone that you don't need to be dealing with. And like, yo, but she's so bad though. Okay, cool. Keep dealing with that. She's gonna keep giving you headaches and keep stressing you the hell out. What she said is exactly what I tell people to go for. Moral character and all that. Where do you see them? Where do they see themselves going, and how do they align themselves? And do you match that? Or at the very least, do you see that you're compatible in that? Are you equally yoked? These are things that I tell people about. I have a homegirl right now. I actually have a few, now that I think about it. They're not dating like the super tall guy or the super successful guy. They're dating men that actually have good moral character, listen, and they're able to communicate effectively. And they're building something together. All because she said, you know what? Both of them said, let me go out my comfort zone for a little bit, because what I'm doing isn't working. And look, I understand. There are those of you out there, yeah, you, looking at you, that are hard-headed, that don't want to listen. Okay, cool. Keep doing that. I'm all about people doing what they want to do. Do what you want to do. But when that shit don't work out, don't sit here and be like, oh man, it's the men. Oh man, it's the women. No, it's you. It starts with you. Trust me, I've been in that situation before where I'm like, damn, I'm messing with this type of chick. And I sat down with myself, and I said it before in other videos, and I was like, you know what? This is something with me. I can't keep encountering the same type of person, the same type of woman, and keep saying, nah, it's not me. It is me. I play a part in this. And a lot of y'all need to start doing that.
I had to stop listening to dating advice from you little TikToker. Because first of all, some of you are like 21 years old of age, which I'm a decade older than you. What am I listening to you for? But it gets under your skin sometimes. It's like all these little games and rules, and no one's vulnerable, and no one forgives anyone, and everything someone does equals this thing. And it's like, excuse me, aren't people a little more complicated? Isn't there some nuance to be had? Why are we saying things like, they just don't like you, they just hate you, that man hates you? My God, why are we being so mean to ourselves? I don't like drastic conclusions like that. I like to imagine that we are a little bit more complex than that. I have to scroll now every time I see a dating video. And I know this is technically one. But I'm just saying, you gotta live your life. You gotta go with your instincts. I had to stop.
She's absolutely right. Making this video, I came across so many. I'm just like, yo, all this advice is just basura, pure trash. It's like, for real? Like I remember it was one where he was like, he said, don't text her back within like a week or two, let her like really be hungry for you. Something stupid. I was like, what the no, like as long as you're, and I'm all for being vulnerable to a certain extent. I'm not gonna be crying in front of you. I'm not doing that. But I'm gonna be straightforward and honest. Like what I do now. I'm straightforward and honest. I'll tell them, hey, look, this is what this is, and this is what I do, and this is who I do it with. You know what I'm saying? I'm safe. As long as you're safe, we could rock out. If you're not cool with that, that's 100% fine. I don't care. We could still kick it. We still be friends and everything like that and do whatever. But a lot of people are not doing that. They just try and put their best foot forward and try to be like, oh, man, like, yeah, I am looking for a relationship a little bit when you know damn well you're not. Cut the bull crap. You know that's not what you're looking for, so just be honest. And if someone doesn't want to rock with you, and this goes to men and women, if someone doesn't want to rock with you after you tell them exactly what it is, then it is what it is. You lose out. Oh well, too bad. That person wasn't meant for you for whatever you're going for at that moment in time. That's completely okay. And yeah, like people have these weird conclusions where they say, oh, this happens, this means this, and it's like, or you could have a conversation with that person and just ask them. You know, you could be right. You could be right. But you never know unless you have that conversation.
In my experience, I've found that men that often initiate with a coffee date, somewhere along the lines, I realize that he has a 50-50 mentality. Or let's say I didn't discover that he has a 50-50 mentality. I realized that he was not generous.
I agree. I feel like the kind of man that is inviting a woman out on a very first date at a coffee shop is a man who is either trying to be cheap or a man who is going out on several dates and he's trying to save money on those dates. And so he's trying to find the most cost-effective option for dating a woman. What I find really interesting is I've watched videos here on TikTok where some people are like, I went out on a coffee date, is that the dude, he arrives there early and he's like sitting down with his coffee when she comes in and he's like, you know, I'll sit in here and save the spot. Like he won't even like get up and go buy her coffee. You're already trying to do the cheapest possible date option and you can't even buy her a coffee? It screams stingy. And to me, that's like a bad way to start off. If you're looking for a provider and a man can't at the very least provide you with a meal on the first date, I just see it as a red flag. I'm sure it could be different. He might have been used in the past, and y'all know how I feel about men always expecting you to pay for the sins of the other women. Like, everybody has used me for a free meal, so now I got to make you get a coffee date. Like, I hate that idea. And it's rare that a man goes from stingy in the beginning to all of a sudden he's generous. I feel the same way about men who want to come over to your place or want you to come over to theirs to cook for somebody on a first date. Like, we don't even know each other well enough. Why would I go into your home? Absolutely not. Like, it's always trying to be cheap. My thing is this. For the woman that he's truly interested in, he's going to go take her out, wine and dine her, and show her a good time. To me, the least amount of effort a man is willing to put in on a first date, that's how he really feels about you. In my opinion, I really believe that. Because if he can afford to take you out on a nice dinner and he doesn't, he gives you coffee, it's like he's trying to like make you jump through hoops, make you prove yourself. I've also heard about this girl one time where she was talking about the man said, we're going to go Dutch on the first date. And if we have a good time, if I like you and all that, then I'll pay for the next date. Excuse me? Like, I gotta behave like some dog? Like, are you insane? No. When men start pulling out the hoops for you to jump through, don't ever do it.
This is the shit I be talking about. The last video just said it. So, I'm gonna give a little bit of context here. Because what it is that you have people that feel like you should buy their attention and pay for them like they're children instead of just getting to know each other, you know? So I don't drink coffee. I might go for tea or anything like that. I don't drink a lot of things with caffeine. So I would suggest a coffee date and I would say, hey, look, I don't drink coffee, but I'll drink tea. I'll get whatever other beverage they have. And the reason why I do that has nothing to do with money, because any woman's ever dealt with me, or especially since I reached adulthood, or my friends or whatnot, the one thing they know is that I'm not cheap. I don't do the whole, I don't want to pay. I don't do that. If I got it, especially for my people, that's fine. For myself, I'm kind of cheap. I don't know why I'm like that. I just am. But I said it to say, I offer a coffee date or a date where it's something light because I don't like talking and then having food in front of me. Because many times I've gone on dates, and let's just say it's the first date, I don't get to finish eating my food. My food gets cold and everything like that. or I'm chewing and I'm trying to like talk and then I got my mouth full. That's why the whole point of a date is to get to know each other. The whole point of a first date is to establish whether or not this is something that should move forward and should progress forward. That's the whole point. It's to not eat. Feed your ass before you come on the date, my coffee date. Don't come to me be like, oh, if he can't spend money on me. That's not about that. First of all, I don't even know you. I don't. The whole point of the date is for me to get to know you. So what do I look like taking you out to some dinner and I don't know you and I'm trying to get to, that's like having a movie for a first date. How are you going to talk to each other? The movie's showing. So what is that? Like, these people are sitting up here, and I'm not a person to give people dating advice because I'm not in a relationship. I don't think I'm qualified for that. I can give people common sense advice, and common sense tells you that someone's offering a coffee date, they're not just trying to be cheap. You know, there's a multitude of different reasons why someone will offer that. I want to get to know you. I want to talk to you. And then not only that, a coffee date is short. So if you decide, or I decide, hey, look, I'm not really feeling it, we could just say, you know what? Hey, look, this was fun. I enjoyed myself. It was good to know you, but I don't think this is, you know, a thing. Instead of us sitting down awkwardly chewing, that's dumb. And then the whole not going up paying for the coffee date, I mean, to each his own. It doesn't really matter. When the offer of cooking for someone and inviting someone to your home, which I don't do. Unless I know you, I'm not inviting you to my home. But be that as it may, it's okay to pay for someone's whole meal and whatnot and take them out and everything like that. That's fine. But coming over to the house is like, oh, I don't know you. It's like, well, I don't know you enough to spend money on you. You know, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm bugging. I don't know. But like, I like to cook. I could throw down in the kitchen. So I wouldn't mind, not on the first date, because like I said, you're not coming to my place on the first date. Nope. I'm not going to yours. And I don't mind like cooking for a woman and whatnot. Are you going to look at me like I'm cheap because I say, come over, I want to cook for you? You don't want no salmon and rice? Some asparagus on the side? You're not rocking with that? I do like a mean honey glazed salmon? No? Okay, screw me then. But yeah, it's stuff like this. This is what's messing it up. And then if you look at the comments, it's just like a whole lot of people being like, oh, cheap, 50-50. I don't do 50-50. You know what I'm saying? I don't. So me offering a coffee date doesn't mean that I want to do 50-50 or I have a scarcity mindset. I wish a woman would call me cheap for offering a coffee date. I'm like, oh, word. Okay, cool. Crazy. Yeah, let's move on.
It's 2025. I don't know when as a society we're going to collectively agree that the dating apps are a problem. Like a genuine fucking problem that have infiltrated society and disrupted human behavior and preying on human psychology. Because a lot of problems that we're facing in society today, the declining birth rate, dating apps, the high divorce rate, dating apps, the high cheating rate, dating apps, the chronic isolation that's occurring, dating apps, even male loneliness, fucking dating apps. Because I'm sorry, you can't learn how to swim by watching videos on how to swim. You have to get out there and fucking swim. Okay? And these dating apps are preying on this function of like, are you sure you want what's behind this door when you can have what's behind this door? I'm pretty sure that was like that was psychology 101. Like, I'm gonna be so honest with you. And they're just like preying on that as an app. And they're gamifying a very natural human function of how men and women and humans and literally everyone relate to each other and get their needs met with one another. It is the basic foundation of all of society being operated and running off of. And it's a core intimacy. It's core understanding how I work with somebody else. And it's completely just being wiped out of society. And we still are just going along with it, still swiping, still giving them our attention, still giving them our money, when it's like they're causing the problems.
Nah, she's 100% right. I don't think it's so much an issue that we're just going along with it. It's just that it's one of those things that has now rooted itself within our society and how we go about our day to day, that now they got people coming up 18 and younger, I mean, that they don't know about dating, just going out and meeting someone. You know, they don't do the whole dating of, okay, I'm at school with this person, I'm at work with this person. That's not how they date en masse now. I think there's studies showing that how people meet each other, it like dating apps are like way up here as opposed to like through mutual friends, you know, church and everything like that. Like it's drastically changed, you know, and it's crazy because there's not much we can do, sadly. And the reason why there's not much we can do is because these dating apps have made it, just like what she said, it's gamified it, and it's kind of given the same symptoms or the same feeling as like gambling a little bit, because now everyone's thinking, okay, why stick with this person when I can have the next best thing? Some of what she spoke about, like the whole cheating and divorce rate, I don't really think that's directly a correlation between dating apps, because a lot of that's choice. I'm of the mindset, if you're cheating, it's because you chose to do it, not because someone stole you away. You're not an inanimate object. You're a human being. You chose to do that. But one thing I will say is that it has played a part. It has greatly played a part. People are now having access to everyone in the whole wide world, and they're thinking, oh wow, I have all these options. And it's like, no you don't. No you don't. I mean, if you want to have just a good time, you know, knock some boots, oh sure, maybe, but no, these are not realistic options. They're not. And not only that, people are just giving the best versions of themselves that may not be the most authentic. So they're just like giving you a show, and that only lasted like a few months. And then after that, now you gotta deal with this total stranger that you thought you were dealing with because you met them on an app, and then you spent what, a good month and a half texting and video chatting and all this other type of nonsense. And I'm not like trying to downplay dating apps like they're terrible. I know people that have met their spouses on dating apps. You know, I've met some really good friends, some really good people on dating apps and whatnot. So it's not all bad. It's just that by and large, it has had some not good effects. And the whole loneliness thing, just mental health in general, because look, there's a few apps I used to go on, but I had to, for my own mental health, I had to get away, because I'm gonna tell you what, you spend 6 months on an app and it's not you that has to reach out, and you all know which app I'm talking about. It's not you that has to reach out, it's the other person, the other, you know, gender that has to reach out, and you're just sitting there like, oh, I got no matches in 6 months. This is fantastic. Does wonders for my self-esteem. And not just for men too, for women as well, because I have a few friends, dating apps are not kind to them. They're not. And then when you have certain people like you, and then you're just sitting there like, look, not trying to be pompous, not trying to have be like an arrogant prick, but I'm pretty sure we've all been in that moment where we see someone that likes us and we're just like, really? No, nothing against you. I'm pretty sure you have a sweet soul, but no, just no. I can't do nothing for you. I really can't. I would love to, but I just can't. But yeah, no, she hit the nail right on the head. Honestly, she did. And I don't know. I think this is like a whole genie in the bottle situation. We can't put it back. It's just out now. So now we're just gonna have to deal with the repercussions. All I know for me personally, when I start to like seriously date to find my significant other, which might be soon, I'm not even gonna be on the apps. I'm just gonna go to like libraries, maybe a few concerts, like music festivals and whatnot, a few parks, and just go at it the old-fashioned way. Pretty much. That's the best thing I can do, because these apps right here, devious, diabolical, and hurtful. Kind of hurtful. Yeah.
Someone commented on my other video, like, why does he see more women make videos about like how single life is such a struggle and it's hard for them, and he doesn't see a lot of men making those types of videos? And in my opinion, there are more women looking to settle down, looking for something serious, and I feel like the majority of men are not looking for those type of things, which is why there's an imbalance in the dating pool. We have all these women like, I want my husband, I want to get married, I want to be a mom, I want to, lock it down. And then the men in the pool are like, nah, I'm not trying to do that. Like, I'm still trying to be outside. I want to date multiple people, or they're just looking to hook up. They want to have a situationship. So it's no balance. So you see a lot of women complaining that the men in the dating pool, they're not attracting the type of men that they're looking for, because men are not looking for anything serious. That's just my opinion. And with that, because guys aren't looking for anything serious, they have tons of options. So why, I'm not looking for anything serious, you are, I'm not going to change my ways to settle down with you when there's all these other women that I could pick from. So you're not seeing a lot of men complain about being single or dating sucks for them, because they're actually having a good time being single, because they're not looking to settle down. Most of them aren't. In my opinion. I could be wrong. Y'all let me know. Why do you think men are having more success in being single and dating than women are?
All right, baby, I'll tell you why. Actually, I'll answer your first question. The reason why you don't see men online talking about it, because 2 reasons mostly. One, our minds don't work like that when we're inconvenienced to go online and just complain about something. You know, and not saying that women are complaining. Well, they kind of are. You know, that's just not how our mind works by and large. They have some men that do that, sure. But by and large, a lot of men just don't think to go online and talk about something when we get inconvenienced. We just don't. Like, and I know this because I talk to other men, and we just, like, we don't talk about our feelings in general. What makes you think we're going to go online where thousands upon millions of people could see it and talk about how, no. So for the most part, we just don't do it because that's just not what we do. The second point is that when we do voice our opinion, we get met with a whole lot of vitriol about how we're the problem and how we're terrible and how there's no good men. But those are those 2 reasons, the 2 reasons why, legitimately. And to address a second point of like not a lot of men are out there looking for wives, that's not true. You know, and it could be dependent on the type of circles that you run in, but I know a lot of men that I talk to on a day-to-day basis. I'm kind of one of them, not really, where we not out here trying to be outside like that. You know, trust me, I've talked to men at times where they're just sitting there going, yeah, this is kind of boring. I got to that point a few times too, where I'm out here doing what I do, and I just sit to myself and I go, what am I doing? It's terrible. You know, it happens. But like I said before, we just don't talk about it. We just kind of sit there and go, damn, this sucks. And then we just move on with our day, you know. And like I said before, maybe it depends on the circles like people run in, but the circles I run in, a lot of men, they don't like it. Dating is not fun. It's terrible. And then a lot of men are not getting lucky in finding dates. A lot of them aren't. So they just give up and quit and go play video games. Legitimately, that's what they do. There's quite a few men that I know, and on this app too, 'cause I came across a few videos, I just didn't show them, where they're talking about how the dating pool is terrible, and they just want to find someone that's going to like them for them. But when you're getting told things like, you know, you got to have all this money and be all this, it kind of discourages you to go, you know what? Take my hands off the wheel, going to do my own thing. Yeah, sad out there. But I think we can fix it. I think if we're honest with each other, we can make some changes. Honestly, I think if we're honest with each other and we just hold each other accountable and call out things that we know on both sides, I think that will be a little bit of change that we need to see. And use a little bit less dating apps. Honestly, they're the devil. They're terrible. Yeah. But that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Comment down below your own experiences or how dating is for you. You know, I'm interested to hear, because I'm hearing nothing but terrible things. And not to say there's not some little gems out there, they are, but I'm hearing more trash than I am hearing gems. So yeah, comment down below, tell me your thoughts, and subscribe if you want more. I might do more of these. Who knows? Peace.